Dakuman. Because from what I read in the memoir, it looks like that's where it all started for you. So then take us on the journey from Dakuman, the painful part of not being able to finish school, dropping, and about school. Question back me will be so. Your name, everybody called at home was Kodjontri, but in school, near Tano Buenya.
Tano Buenya.
I didn't hear.
That's Tano, because
Grandpa.
my uncle used to be the Okonfo of River Tano. Buenya, I haven't heard a second, another person with the name. It is when my father passed. To laugh at you, Tano Buenya, and and then I was, when I became a musician, most of my musicians didn't know it. I was the one. I was Kodjontri. Most of them got to know that I'm the singer much later. Because for them I was still Tano Buenya, and so that's what happened.
Okay. So let's migrate now. The times came when now you had joined the band Boom Talent Days, then the journey to Ivory Coast, and then to some other places. Then you came back to Ghana, met that friend who promised that he was going to take you to Denmark. Then the journey to Ivory Coast, Euro tour with your band. Some of you didn't have passports at the time, so they had to do passports. After you passports, and that ticket was the problem. And you had to sell some of your personal belongings just to embark on that journey. No, we're near pa.
Okay. Because it was 81, 82 was a time that we were going through curfews and a whole lot of things. The curfew wasn't very good for the Ghanaian entertainment. You couldn't operate as a bandsman because usually you fix the equipment, you test your microphone, everything is good before you can start playing as a band. And so those times were not good for us. And we had left Classic Candles to become the Classic Vibes.
Yes.
And we didn't have instruments that we could play for the people to. So we will most of the time work with the army groups, the Pink Fives, and a whole lot of artists, And then then came the chance that we could travel to be part of the African Music Festival in Copenhagen. And so we had to find money to buy the tickets, and we only got the money to buy tickets to Heathrow.
Yes.
But we didn't have the money to continue, But somehow God rescued us.
So finally, you were able to get to Denmark.
We were.
When your boyfriend or airport, Schiphol, and Bibi Boamwana with Heathrow, and I say, how did it happen?
The promoter sent some people to come and talk to the immigration officers, and they assured them that they will do everything to get us to Denmark. And we went to Denmark on a huge ship. We can say boats then. For me then, I had the privilege to travel on a plane by traveling to Ivory Coast, Liberia, and those places. But this was the first time we traveled from here with the aeroplane. We took the train to, I think, was it Dover or somewhere else? And then we took the boat to Copenhagen.
Kojo, my question is now much wrong. 5% to Kurayen but we're running out of time.
Okay.
I would want to have another sit down with you
Anytime.
Thank you very much. So he said it here. You promised.
Oh, member.
So you better launch a bookie.
Mate.
You launch it where?
Yeah.
I need to have a proper
For sure.
another sit down, maybe 2 or 3 sessions.
For sure.
Because this book is loaded. The amount of things in this book,
Yeah.
I don't think we have even scratched 5% of it.
No.
But immediately you open this book, you would see the most impressive thing ever. That the review was done by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yeah. Kojo, what's the relationship between the two of you and what's the story behind Excellency John Dramani Mahama?
Excellency used to
what's the
attend
relationship between the two of you and what's the story behind Excellency John Dramani Mahama?
Excellency used to
what's the relationship between the two of you and what's the story behind Excellency John Dramani Mahama? What's the relationship between the two of you and what's the story behind Excellency John Dramani Mahama? What's the relationship between the two of you and what's the story behind Excellency John?
It's a big privilege for him to write this review for the book.
Right.
A big privilege. And you also have something from Mayway.
Yes, I saw it.
Is that?
Yes, I saw it.
You can see a bit train. Because we were waiting for writers from Two-Face and a whole lot of them. Because they've all been influenced by, we inspired Alpha Blondy. We inspired Alpha Blondy. Yeah.
And all your musical experiences and inspirations from James Bond, all those people.
Yeah.
But tell us, why did you feel the need that as you are alive, not when you're dead and gone? What informed that decision?
Many a times, people write about artists,
right,
being musicians, being artists. Usually, anything about that is written in a little caption in the newspaper, and now and so forth. And this is the first time I decided, I said, no, it is time. I met this ambassador,
right,
a Ghanaian ambassador, and then he advised me, put anything that comes to mind, write that.
Right.
Put it down, and then in the long run, you will come up with something. And then I started recollecting everything that has happened.
Right.
And this is what
it's an amazing book. And I tell you, I'm not done reading it, but the wealth and the load of information in this book is matchless and timeless. Congratulations on writing this memoir. But Patro, you release it and you're launching it at
13th of February.
It's the same day as the concert?
A day before Valentine.
Okay.
And I launching was Labadi Beach Hotel.
Okay.
And the president asked and said he will be there. And you know, corner Yashe, and I bless the world with it. The little knowledge that is there. We have the very first book.
Yeah. Oh, but more.
This doesn't talk about my music.
You are kidding. And it's loaded like this already.
Yes.
Okay.
This doesn't talk about me as Kojo Antwi. Because studio discover the way studio works and all that.
Yeah.
And see, my capture studio, I'm going to spend time there.
Talking about Kojo Antwi.
And another book will come that will talk about Adianoma, Brenoa, and all those songs, and who inspired it, why I came up with those songs.
Wow.
The way
you're just scratching the surface.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's the same day as the concert. I see you have a Valentine's Day concert coming up.
The concert will be at Brekum.
Oh, Brekum in Accra.
Yeah, in Accra.
Oh, okay.
But the launch will be before
the concert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So 13th of February, next week, Friday. It happens to be my mother's birthday as well. What time? Labadi Beach Hotel. What time?
I think the whole thing starts at 6:30 or so.
In Umreme,
okay.
6:30 in the evening.
6:30.
All right. We will be there to celebrate the launch of this book with you. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama would also be there. But Kojo, what's the last thing in this book that you haven't talked about that you want to mention before we go?
I think the many events that we did in. We haven't spoken about. And I think the next time I'm back, I'll prompt you. We'll talk about it.
On the 13th of February, next week, Friday, Labadi Beach Hotel. Please make sure that you are there. We are now what will be ama ohoni webusia foni wadrofo enyina. The maestro. Thank you so very much. It's still TV3 New Day, and just a few reminders before we go. If you are looking for a university that will prepare your child for the future, then Academic City University is the best choice for you. At Academic City, we do not just teach, we nurture creators, innovators, and leaders who shape tomorrow's world. We offer undergraduate programs in engineering, computational sciences, business and communication, arts, and our BSc in artificial intelligence and robotics engineering are the first and only one of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. With world-class facilities and industry-experienced faculty, students do not just learn the latest technology, they create it. And for working professionals and young graduates, we've got you covered. With our MSc programs in cybersecurity and data science analytics, as well as our professional certificate programs, you have nothing to worry about at all. At Academic City, our programs are practical, relevant, and future-focused. You can call 026-269-3870 or visit academiccity.edu.gh for more information. Admissions are open, so please make sure that you enroll your awards. Okay. Now, for those of you who didn't hear Kujonfi, also I've shown you TV so and that means everything to me. It is a mekasimo cash out. It means that I am good for it. So please, next time when I say play to win money, just play and win the money and win on time. Our last winner for the morning, getting a whopping 5,000 Ghana cedis, 02001443. 3 numbers come after that. George, unyanka your number on. George, your number, the way you're looking on the screen. All right, this is where we draw the curtains down for TV3 A New Day this morning. Kujo, I don't want you to go, but it's the birthday. Do you have any birthday songs at all? You do, right? Have you done any birthday song?
Not yet.
Kujo, I saw your birthday song.
I will.
I saw your birthday song.
I was 13th-year-old Mahmidi.
I am my birthday. Me patcho you, Mate. Now, this dedication, Pesa we away, Mame, and she screen this one, away, Mame.
Okay. Oh, we're talking about Rex Omar.
Yes.
Okay. Happy birthday to Rex Omar. Yes, sir. I salute her.
All right. Yeah, and to us, Rex Omar, happy birthday to you. Let's also move on to celebrate Professor Robert Hinson. Oh, mentor, yeah. TV3 Top and 10. Great man doing great work. Thank you so much for everything you do. Happy birthday. Mrs. Augustina, Jan, Tewia, Nyamisha Obebre, Michael Adum Biga, from your loved ones. Happy birthday. Asafwanye Omanyewa the first. I hope I got it correctly. Otublohum Dadebana, aka Jimama Amanwa. It's from the entire family. Naomi Teiko Owari, midwifery officer at UGMC. Happy birthday to you. Last Corporal Richard Frimpong. Yes, happy birthday to you as well, Corporal. Happy 50th to Francisca. I'll say to hey, Peppa, you don't look 50 at all. Happy birthday to you, Francisca. Prophet Peter Hallows, happy birthday to you. Mrs. Manuel, Manuel, okay, happy birthday to the missus. And that's coming from Clifford right here, Media General. Okay, happy birthday, darling. MFR, cheers to greatness. Happy birthday to you. May your days be filled with joy, laughter, and all the love you so freely give. Happy birthday, darling. Florence Aglonu, wishing you endless joy and peace. Okay. Doris Kwache Ntiamwa, happy birthday to you as well. Isaac Esiedu J. Brown, happy birthday. Caroline Kwedu, happy birthday to you as well. Abena Sewa Nyamisha Obebre. Major Kingsley Owusu Ajuman, it's also your birthday. Major, enjoy your day. Salom Adonu of Exim Bank, happy birthday to you, brother. Enjoy. Dr. Mrs. Eva Yabua Nyamisha Obebre, from all your loved ones. Felicity Homa, happy birthday to you as well. Are we done with the birthdays? We're done with the birthdays. All right. Thank you for enjoying us. We've enjoyed you too the entire week. Next week, Monday, 6 a.m., we will be back on your TV screens. However, enjoy the rest of our programming. And please make sure you are present for the launch of this memoir by the Music Man, of course, the Jenny, Mr. Music Man, the Jenny. Friday.
In just one app, you learn how to think sharper, speak with confidence, grow your influence, and more. All in daily, bite-sized lessons you can finish in 7 minutes with your morning coffee, midday lunch, or evening wind down. And if that is not enough, take the wheel and create your own growth journey. In Rise Guide, you can find our search engine for expert knowledge, or shortly, Seek. Seek allows you to dive deeper in any topic that comes to mind, making your experience more personalized than ever, ask direct questions, and get direct answers, all in just one click. We wanted Seek to be a tailored experience, so every expert source was curated carefully and thoughtfully by Rise Guide team to match your journey perfectly. No AI hallucinations, no basic info, but real actionable insights from people who've done it before. Hundreds of lessons, expert insights, transformation made simple. Your life gets better when you get better. Start rising, one scroll at a time.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I'll go score goals like them the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper, good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper, moko show.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
Now 10% extra pepper in each pack.
This advert is FDA approved.
Mr. Speaker, I was looking for my very good friend Sticker to congratulate him for the vigorous campaign he mounted in defense of his candidate towards the NPP parliamentary presidential elections. I also want you to take the result you got in good faith. But did I hear you say that we don't even understand what we are doing? Honorable Speaker, it appears your constituent also didn't even know what you were talking about because your candidate lost in your constituency. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it appears all the dancing, all the vigorous campaign, your constituents alone didn't even understand what you were talking about. So they voted against your candidate. Mr. Speaker, I heard my colleagues. You know, sometimes I agree with them when they say that as political actors, we should be principled. And it's very important so that the country doesn't think that anytime we do things, we don't think deeply about it. But Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, in fact, at the point, recently I heard you arguing that you were supposed to occupy a position, but they didn't give it to you. Hold on. Oh, what is wrong with you? Mr. Speaker, oh, I'm coming to the policy. Oh, just sit down. I'm coming to the policy. Yes. Wait, I'm coming to the policy. Oh, wait.
All of you, resume your seats.
Yes.
Honorable Abuja, Honorable Kwame Abuja, just hold it. All of you, resume your seats. Honorable members, let me indicate that we've all spent more than a year. We need to conduct business within the rules. If you have something to say, catch the eye of the speaker, you will be called to raise your issue. It is disorderly to just get up and be shouting. That is not the way it is done. Honorable Kwame Abuja, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I heard my colleagues from the other side talk about no need to set up the 24-hour economy authority. The same people who found it necessary, despite the fact that we had Ghana Education Trust Fund, Ministry of Education, and yet set up development authorities to build 6 unit classrooms. When Adaklu Assembly was already building KVIPs, you gave that right to another authority called the Middle Belt Authority. Indeed, that is not what we are doing. Honorable Speaker, you did not actually understand the definition of what 24-hour economy is. And let me give you, Honorable Speaker, sit down. Do you have a copy of the bill? Don't go. I'm asking you, if you have a copy of the bill, let me take you to. Now you run away. Let me take you to. Okay, very good. He's now asking me to tell him what 24-hour economy is. Honorable Speaker, let's take to page 12. Honorable Speaker. Honorable
Stephen Namwa, we listen to you in silence. It is true that in your submission, you say they do not know what 24-hour economy is. You ask 4 people, and they give you different definition. So he is on that point that you have raised. Okay. So let's listen to him.
Honorable Speaker, sit down. When you were speaking, I was here. Don't go. Let's sit down. On page 12 of the bill itself, it says, under interpretations, 24-hour economy and accelerated development program means a cross-sectorial economic development program that seeks to modernize, reorganize, and restructure the productive sectors of the economy to achieve, amongst other things, and the listed these things. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, he obviously did not read this, so he put those things out. Mr. Speaker, I read the bill and I read the memorandum. It is a very good thing, Mr. Speaker, and that is why I was at least he said something that in his view the policy is not wrong, but in his view it is good policy, but he thinks that we do not know what we are doing. At least he knows that the policy is good. And this is why I'm coming to tell him one of the good things about the policy. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy policy is not a project where you have a shortcutting, where you have an office set up and then there will be things like the budget you saw about. It's about coordination. Once you see the definition of this, you understand what it means. Mr. Speaker, I also hear him saying that what we promised was to have entities running 24 hours, and he's not sure if any private enterprise is doing that. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy is already in motion. Mr. Speaker, the object of the bill, let me read paragraph 5. The object of the bill is to establish a 24-hour economy authority to ensure the integration, sustainable transformation of national system for economic production, supply chain, market and labor power development, and to provide related matters. Mr. Speaker, for you to have a clear synergy between the supply chain, you need good roads in this country. The whole point of the big push is to serve as a catalyst to address these things. So the 24-hour economy is not yet coming. It is already here being implemented. And Mr. Speaker, let me tell you this. There are contractors working under the big push who are currently working 24 hours to make sure that we meet these objectives. I can show you where they are. And the jobs we are talking about, the last time you were here, you said that the big push only creates menial jobs. When you have civil engineers, quantity surveyors, many people working for the rest of the big push project, you cannot say that the job of a civil engineer is not necessary. So indeed, thousands of jobs are already being created under this. And even after the building, there will be maintenance contract that will be carried on this, Mr. Speaker. So I just want colleagues to understand, since Mr. Honorable Speaker says that he's not against it, this is what you do. And let me tell you, when we were sitting, when you were sitting, we opposed things, but tell me one of the things we opposed that did not come to pass that we were right. We don't oppose just for the sake of opposition. But you are in a haste to oppose for nothing. And that is why you get it wrong. I'm giving you my simple understanding of it. Be very careful what you oppose. The last time I came here, we talked about the Accra-Kumasi Expressway. A few of you jumped on it and said you were not in favor of it. At least the proponent of that opposition came back to rationalize his position to say that he is no longer against it. By the way, the Accra-Kumasi Expressway is coming on, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Get ready for it. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy will actually create jobs. It will spur growth in our country. I agree with my colleagues that we should be careful what we are trying to do under this policy. And I agree with them. We shouldn't just rush and do anything. We should take their views also on board. But don't just oppose it and say that we don't know what we are doing. Because, Mr. Speaker, this is one of the smallest bills we've done in this House. But it's quite detailed in terms of the understanding of it. And I encourage my colleagues to support this bill. Let's set up this. This is not going to be just another Kwango that is set up to create jobs for the boys. It will be a catalyst that will spur development in our country. And I want to encourage our colleagues to support this bill. And then when it comes to the consideration stage, we bring all the views we have to make it a rich bill that will stand the test of time. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Give guidance as to how many more we should take. Yes, leadership.
Speaker, I was just trying to negotiate with my colleague on the other side. We were thinking that we can do 3-3 before leadership. Speaker, this is 24 hours.
Including those who have spoken?
No, they have spoken already. I'm talking about outstanding. We have 3 outstanding, they have 3 outstanding, then leadership, respectfully. This is 24-hour economy. It's multi-touted, everybody has...
No, we have the policy debate that will come. The policy was laid and referred.
Speaker, so Honorable Abu Jinapor is ready. Samuel Abu Jinapor is ready.
Well, leaders agree on something and then let me implement. Is that the sense of the House? They say 3 more.
I'm so excited to be in Canada. Stay Home is the one who got me here after some rejections, and I'm really grateful to them. Stay Home Canada is reliable. They make sure they help you in any way you want. You can always count on them, and I recommend you guys, anyone, to go with Stay Home Canada.
With Shopify, I could turn my passion for coffee into a business. And that sound, when somebody buys something, it's a little addicting. Come on, you just want to hear another one. Start your free trial at shopify.com.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well. I will give the floor to the senior man. Honorable Animedu Entry, were you on your feet?
Mr. Speaker, I am very, very, very dumbfounded that my colleagues on the other side are trying to suggest, that we should not have an authority for the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, we were all in this chamber in the 8th Parliament, our friends on the other side touted the senior high school free SHS. And for 4 years, we sat here. In fact, Mr. Speaker, one day they made us sit here. And they said the bill was on its way. We should wait. It was coming. Mr. Speaker, we sat here from Anopa to Anajo. From the Safe to the Dere. The bill never came. Up to today, these people. This is what they did with the free senior high school.
Come back and sit down.
Mr. Speaker, and I am very surprised that my learned brother who is running away from the chamber made reference to the free senior high school and suggesting that within 3 months, the MPP government had implemented it. Mr. Speaker, you and I know the story of the free senior high school very well. Look, it was chaotic, strikes, no food, gari and palm oil, we saw it all. And this is what happens when you implement a program without a policy, without thinking through it. Mr. Speaker, running a country, fashioning out policy and programs to run a country is not a 3 months business. And they should not be proud of that record. Mr. Speaker, since the NDC government came into power, 7 January 2025, have you heard of a single strike from any senior high school complaining about no feeding? Have we heard about any strike actions, any demonstrations, school children complaining that they haven't been fed? This is what you get when you provide good governance. This is what you get when you provide governance that invests time in fashioning out policies that will have enduring practicality, not just coming to do propaganda and sacrificing the future of our children. Mr. Speaker, export promotion and export development are two distinct things. They are never the same. And that is why the 24-hour economy says it is productivity, competitiveness, and inclusive growth. And if you read the preface to the 24-hour economy, and His Excellency President Mahama said, we are going to consume what we produce. And when we export with value. We are cutting out the export of raw materials. Mr. Speaker, this week, today, this morning, I woke up coming to work and I felt proud as a Ghanaian. My only regret, Mr. Speaker, was that I didn't see the news item before I left home. I would have come here in my fugu. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has given expression to the productivity and export of finished Ghanaian products by arriving in Zambia in his beautiful Ghanaian fugu. Mr. Speaker, to imagine that Zambians decide that based on that, they are going to wear our fugu. That is export of developed products, export of finished products, 24-hour economy markets. Imagine each market has a processing or a fugu developing plant. The number of fugu that we will produce and export to Zambia and other places in the world. This is what we mean when we talk about the 24-hour economy. We are not talking about export promotion. We are talking about export development. We will develop the products, we will develop what we have and export it so that we gain value on our produce. Mr. Speaker, I heard my brother questioning the 24-hour economy shift program. He is not aware. Maybe he should have asked me. He's not aware that the Minister of Transport and the DVLA are building DVLA offices in every district in this country, including my own good Salaga South. And those officers are going to employ the youth and the Ghanaians who are looking for jobs. And if at the end of the day, we employ them and they require 24-hour shift service, 8-hour shift service, that is exactly what we will provide. We never will run away from that campaign promise. Mr. Speaker, today, I'm having to work in my municipal hospital, and I'm asking for quarry dust from the Upper East region. And I'm told that the dust has to travel throughout the night, because when they travel during the day, because of the heat, the weather, it affects the tires. That is what 24 hours means. Yeah. That enough security will be provided so that our trucks, goods and services can be conveyed 24 hours across the country safely. Mr. Speaker, at Salaga, in a community in my constituency called Bunkwa, we produce the best yam in the country. Fortunately, the road minister is here. In the budget, we were told that 1,000 kilometers of roads are going to build to farming areas and communities. So that goods, farm produce will be moved to the market centers. So if a 24-hour economy exists in Salaga, and we bring all the yam there, and all the importers come to Salaga and buy the yam around the clock, Mr. Speaker, that's vibrant economy for the people of Salaga. So if anyone sits here in this house and tries to suggest that one, we should not have an authority because some other authorities already exist, to what extent did those authorities provide service to affect the local people in this country? This is a policy that is drilling down to the people of this country. It's not going to be a headquarters sitting in Accra and people don't know what is happening. Every district, 24-hour economy will be represented in every district. Mr. Speaker, I don't know that there's an export promotion office in Salaga. No. I don't know about that. But I know, as we speak, and I've seen the prototype of the 24-hour market. Hospitals, fire stations, police stations, everything is in there. Pharmacies, clinics, to provide service to the good people of this country around the clock. And that is what sensitive leaders do. Leaders who think about the people. Yes. President Mahama had the option yesterday to arrive in Zambia in a Louis Vuitton suit. He can afford it. He wore the fugu from Daboya. He wore the fugu from Daboya. And I know when he's coming back in promotion to wear our Ghanaian made, because we'll be producing it here. We will consume what we produce. And so our factories will work 24 hours. Yes. our security services will work 24 hours. Our hospitals will work 24 hours. And our markets will work. We salute all our market women in this country. They should look forward to the 24-hour economy market. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Jerry Ahmed, will you be yielding the leadership to somebody behind you?
Even the list I shared with you, respectfully, that was your discretion. We had agreed here that it was going to be Kabiru, then Honorable Kojo Nkrumah.
We only agreed on the number.
Yes, and it was supposed to be 3-3 and 1 at leadership.
The list that you gave me has Jinapo, Kabiru, and leadership.
Speaker,
but in practice, when the most senior is on his feet, my hands are tied. So will you yield to Honorable Kabiru? Yes?
Mr. Speaker, the arrangement you had, Mr. Speaker, this is a very important matter we are discussing. Honorable Kojo Nkrumah is the ranking on the economy. Dr. Kabiru, when he was making the list, as you see, you could see that our senior colleague, Honorable Anyimedu, was not included, but we agreed that it was supposed to be 3. And leadership, and like your own wisdom concluded, he's senior on his feet. So what I'm saying that, Mr. Speaker,
but that doesn't change the number 3-3.
Mr. Speaker, we have Dr. Kabiru on the list, and Kojo Nkrumah, who is the
Honorable, I just asked a simple question. On this note, would the leadership yield to Dr. Kabiru?
No, Mr. Speaker. Dr. Kabiru will speak. And
leadership of the minority, you have the floor. Leadership of the minority, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to this report that has been laid before the House. I first want to lay a proviso before I discuss about 4 issues from this side of the House. First, Mr. Speaker, is the fact that this bill, that was the authority bill, is supposed to be based on the 24-hour economy policy. Mr. Speaker, at the time this bill was brought to this House, the policy document was not before this House. In fact, it was yesterday, on the 4th of January 2026, that the policy document itself was brought. On the 4th earlier that you are building the first floor before the foundation. Mr. Speaker, today we will cooperate and work with our colleagues, and we mentioned to them that we are not opposed to this bill. But we would like to implore them that going forward, the remaining policy documents must come to this House before the bills come, so that the consideration is done in tandem. Mr. Speaker, let me deal with the 4 substantive issues that we want to raise on this side of the House. First is the fact that we are of the view, respectfully, that a 24-hour economy authority is totally unnecessary for the purposes of delivering a 24-hour economy. And we say this with great respect. We don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Mr. Speaker, 6 of the biggest cities that operate 24-hour economies, New York, Tokyo, London, Bangkok, Dubai, Berlin, none of them started off with a 24-hour economy authority. In fact, it's only London that has a commission years after the fact to attempt to support the functioning of a 24-hour economy. What this bill does, contrary to what it advertises to the youth in this country that the government promised a 24-hour economy, and they've brought the law for the 24-hour economy. What this law actually does is that it sets up a bureaucracy, an authority with a chief executive, an internal auditor, hundreds of staff, board. They're going to ask for a budget and spend, but with the greatest of respect, this authority does not deliver a 24-hour economy in any way. And so, Mr. Speaker, if anybody is under the illusion that what the government has done is to bring a bill that will give life to the 24-hour economy, we would like to serve notice, and notice is hereby served. This bill does not deliver a 24-hour economy. It only sets up an authority, a new bureaucracy, which will not deliver a 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, if it is about the accelerated export development, that has been mentioned by my colleagues, there's already GEPA, fully funded, working, opening trade houses in other parts of the world. This is not the body that will accelerate export development. In fact, this ends up being a duplication. We don't want to say it's just going to create jobs for the boys, for those who have not been appointed in government so far. We won't say that. But this is just a duplication. If it's about export, accelerated export development, it's just a duplication. It is neither going to create a 24-hour economy nor accelerate exports. Now, Mr. Speaker, some of the earlier colleagues on the other side claimed that they were shocked that we were suggesting we haven't seen what they promised reflected in this bill. And we are shocked that they are shocked. Because, Mr. Speaker, when they advertised the 24-hour economy, they had a very clear, unambiguous definition for the millions of Ghanaian youth to hear. They said they were going to introduce a system that will allow people to work around the clock, 133. We remember the launch of your manifesto when His Excellency the President, then candidate, had the clock behind him. 133. One job, 3 staff, 3 shifts. Mr. Speaker, we have read this bill from clause 1 to clause 28. There is no mention whatsoever from clause 1 to 28. There is no mention of an around-the-clock working cycle. There is no mention of it here. If there's any Ghanaian youth out there who labors under the apprehension that what the government has brought is about 24-hour working cycle, please read it. It's not in it. Honorable Adongo attempted to give us a variation that 24-hour could mean 133 or 122 or something. Whichever way you keep it, Mr. Speaker, it is not in this bill. So again, the claim that this bill is going to enable people work around the clock, increase productivity and create more jobs, this bill does not respond to that. It's a fallacy. Mr. Speaker, now let me go to the issue of agencies. In their manifesto, they actually listed agencies that they were going to have work for 24 hours, DVLA, customs, etc., as has been mentioned. None of these agencies is mentioned in this. Not one. Not one. AG. Not one of these agencies is mentioned in this. But if indeed this bill is to compel government agencies to work around the clock, you should be listing them here. None of it is here. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if you read the functions of the authority that they have listed, please permit me to read the functions. Section 3. Promote the optimization of volume, variety, and quality of products produced in the country for domestic consumption and export. Is that 24-hour economy? Promote the development of micro, small, and medium-scale enterprise sector. Is that 24-hour economy? Promote the role of micro, small, and medium-scale enterprise. MBSSI was doing that. Is that 24-hour economy? The closest you will find is in subclause K, and it says, propose the incentive regime applicable to companies operating in the 24-hour economy value chain, including fiscal and monetary incentives. What is the Finance Ministry doing? What is the Trade Ministry doing? So, Mr. Speaker, this authority they want to create, with the greatest of respect, is totally unnecessary if the purpose is to enable the economy function for 24 hours and allow people to work around the clock. The 133 they spoke about is nowhere here. The agencies they've mentioned politically on platforms is nowhere here in this bill. Mr. Speaker, the minister responsible for roads said thousands of jobs have already been created under the 24-hour economy. He said that a few minutes here ago. But out of respect for the rules, we did not want to rise up and challenge him. We would have been pleased if he had given us examples of those thousands of jobs that have been created under the 24-hour economy already. This is a house of records. How can you say that today there are thousands of jobs that have already been created under the 24-hour economy? Then why are your youth complaining that no jobs have been created? Thousands of jobs have already been created. Mr. Speaker, that's a palpable untruth. He went ahead to say that there are already contractors that are working 24 hours in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I would have been happy if he had named one. We would have gone there at 2 a.m. with our cameras to find out if he's really working 24 hours around the clock. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Mr. Speaker, the real reason for which they are promulgating this authority, and we have come to that view, is just to buy time. From January 2025 till February 2026, the 24-hour economy has become a hoax. And they know very well that it is not going to bear fruit. So what they are doing is creating an impression in the minds of Ghanaian youth that we are now creating an authority. The authority is working. They are now starting. It is coming. It is not coming anywhere. What they have put in this document will not create a 24-hour economy. My last 2 points, Mr. Speaker. I was shocked that after all the criticism of the 1D, 1F policy, that policy was not coherent because it was relying on the private sector. I was shocked to read in paragraph 4, page 2 of the memo to this bill. Mr. Speaker, line 8 says, furthermore, the program is delivered by the direct entrepreneurial efforts of organized private citizens acting through their as well as community-based organizations, acting through their collectives, cooperatives, companies, and other industry associations, as well as community-based organizations, rather than the public servants. Mr. Speaker, what they are actually saying is that if you are hoping that the public sector is what will deliver 24-hour economy, forget. They are waiting for the private sector. Because the claim was that they were going to ensure that public organizations were working 24 hours. Now the bill comes before us and you say you are waiting for the private sector. This is disappointing news to the millions of youth who believed the promises that you made. Mr. Speaker, now we come to the conclusion that if this is what it is all about, then the 1B, 1F program was a whole lot better than this 24-hour economy bill which they have brought before us. Mr. Speaker, the NDPC of the Republic of Ghana, not me, has reported that at least 150 functioning factories were left at the end of 2024. Not me, the NDPC reports it. It's in the annual progress report of the NDPC. You may want to quarrel with them, not me. They didn't require an authority to do this. The same ministries that were functioning were the ones providing the incentives. If all that we are going to do is to create this bureaucracy, pay all these monies, and now wait for the private sector to come, then, Mr. Speaker, we are doing ourselves a big disservice. It is their policy. They have decided this is how they want to implement it. We will not be opposed to it. We will help them to fine-tune the bill. But, Mr. Speaker, we caution them in good faith that if this is what they hope will deliver a 24-hour economy, this will not. They still have time to reconsider and come up with something that can deliver. The last time we had a conversation about bill, regulator and operator, they will be in trouble. Mr. Speaker, in we say Fofia and Twata, we've seen the trouble that has come, and now we are waiting to take the motion for the parliamentary inquiry. Our prayer is that this doesn't become another such incident where they will refuse to listen, only for us a few months down the line to find ourselves in a place where we've passed the bill, we've created the authority, people have been paid, they've bought cars, and no 24-hour economy has been created. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, we will support their report and we will help them to pass their bill, but we pray that they help to fine-tune it so that it delivers what they promised. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Got a great business idea? Give it a domain name from GoDaddy. Every order comes with our effortless AI experience, GoDaddy Aero, which will generate a logo, landing page, and more for you in just a few clicks. With our award-winning support, it couldn't be easier to start an online business with us, which is why we're trusted by more than 20 million customers. Unlock your online potential today with GoDaddy.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with ElevenLabs. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice-generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try ElevenLabs for free and start elevating your content today.
A lot has been said about the policy to create a 24-hour economy in our country. Mr. Speaker, I think in the arguments of both sides of the House, we can at least agree on a number of things. The first is that our economy needs major transformation. That, I think, there is agreement. We are confronted with the crisis of unemployment, especially among our youth. That, I think, there's also some consensus. And that we must do something radical to give hope to the youth, to give hope to the population, and to enable the private sector to accomplish the hope that has been created. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy and the authority that is being established to implement it is not the vehicle that will create a 24-hour economy. It is a coordinating secretariat that will coordinate the activities of all the other sectors who, when they function and function properly, would deliver a very productive sector and will deliver employment. That is the whole idea. That is why it says that the whole 24-hour economy is founded on 3 pillars. One is production systems development transformation. Production systems development transformation. Let's take just this one pillar and try to understand what it means when you say production systems development transformation. Let's take the agricultural sector.
I'm so excited to be in Canada. Say Home is the one who got me here after some rejections, and I'm really grateful to them. Say Home Canada is reliable. They make sure they help you in any way you want. You can always count on them, and I recommend you guys, anyone, to go with Say Home Canada.
The NPP introduced some agricultural policies. What happened? We did not see transformation of the agricultural sector. What accounts for it? We're trying to develop the agricultural sector through peasant farmers, smallholder farmers, without irrigation, without the requisite machinery, without effectively establishing the link between input financing and then also off-taker markets. Now, we looked at it and we decided that you need to transform the entire production system. So, for instance, in the agricultural sector, what has succeeded in most economies in this day is large-scale commercial agriculture. Large-scale commercial agriculture is a well-organized business requiring huge capital investments, huge machinery, highly qualified skilled labor, a lot of technology. So, without transforming the production system, a few input supplies and etc., without attempting to transform the entire production system, uprooting the old system. That is why a production system development transformation is crucial, and this applies to many other sectors. So the secretariat, the authority, what you call the authority, is simply a secretariat, which is in existence already in the office of the president. There is a secretariat. But the reason why we want to invest with the authority status is because this is a secretariat that is going to superintend and work with ministers and sector ministries. And so you cannot have a simple secretary of a secretariat trying to, superintend over ministers. That's why it is being invested with the authority of an authority. That is the whole idea. So the secretariat exists already. NDC did not wait till today to establish a vehicle for the implementation of the 24-hour economy. The institution exists. We are changing its legal character in order to give it the relevant powers that will be needed for it to be able to achieve its objectives. And the policy document is not just coming to Parliament. The policy document was inaugurated on the 2nd of July 2024. The policy document was inaugurated on the 2nd of July 2025. Mr. Speaker, a policy document must not necessarily come to Parliament. No. Where in this country, in the governance history of this country, has it become compulsory that when a minister develops his policy document, he should bring it to Parliament? But you requested for it, and that is why I took the pains to bring a copy to be laid and then to make copies available to you. But it is out there. You have been copiously making reference to NDPC reports. You've been copiously making references. A lot of the reports that they have been writing are not documents of this Parliament. They are lying there. We all go and buy the documents and we read them. They are in libraries. So when the president goes to inaugurate the policy underpinning the 24-hour economy. As a diligent member of parliament, the first thing you do is to make sure that you take steps to get your own copy so that you are well informed. So I'm not surprised that I've heard some of the arguments that are being made today. But it's clear that some people did not make time to read the policy document. And that is why I took pains to bring copies and make the copies available to you. Now we will have to focus on the development of supply chain and market systems. Let me say that when you say it is not necessary, indeed, it appears to me that you are even arguing against a position that your own regime advocated. I recall in this House several State of the Nation addresses, during which President Akufo-Addo decried what he called the Gettysburg economy, referring to the economy created by Governor Gordon Gettysburg, I think somewhere in 1920, when he was governor, where our economy is fundamentally just an export economy, exporting only raw materials and not finished products. And so he made it one of his major objectives to pursue a program of industrialization. That has been the basis of the one district, one factory policy. So there was an attempt, except that because the attempt did not pay attention to systems, we went and constructed factories to process tomatoes where there were no tomatoes, because we hadn't paid attention to the transformation of the production system of tomatoes. We went and constructed factories to process watermelon where there was no watermelon. Why there was no watermelon? Why there was no watermelon? Because we hadn't paid attention to the production system transformation. So watermelon was not produced, tomatoes were not produced. So we have all sorts of factories dotted in all the bushes that are not producing anything, because we did not pay attention to the transformation of the production systems and the value chain system. That is why we are establishing the 24-hour economy authority, so that it can pay attention to systems. That is production system development transformation, development of supply chain and market systems, and the development of labor. These, when put together, will enable an economy that will operate 24 hours. It will be naive to imagine that on the heels of the very, very, very bad economy that you handed over to us, the day after, this economy will become a 24-hour operating economy. It will be naive to have that imagination, that the economy that was overburdened with debt, to the extent that the entire international financial system had written us off, the economy that was burdened with inflation at the rate that you left it, the economy that was burdened with exchange rate at the rate that you left it, the economy that was burdened with interest rate at the rate that you left it, where the private sector could not have access to capital to expand. How was it humanly possible that anybody taking over an economy like that will within a year transform that economy into an economy that is working 24 hours? Mr. Speaker, the fundamentals need to be addressed. It is obvious that in the last 11 months, we have demonstrated capacity. We have brought inflation down to 0 digits. We have reduced interest rates. We have reduced the debt. The debt to GDP has reduced drastically. And Ghana has been given excellent ratings by all the international rating institutions. So this economy is ready to be transformed into a 24-hour economy. And that is why we are now establishing the authority that will implement the 24-hour economy. That is why I urge all of you today to vote, so that we will have the second reading, adopt the report, let's go through the consideration stages, and where there are changes to be made, we will make the changes, and we will establish the 24-hour economy. One, by the fact that the gold board, and I'll not sit down without addressing this, which you raised. We do not see any problem with the gold board. Absolutely nothing. On Tuesday, when Honorable Afolayan raised the issue, I gave him a befitting response. Yes, it is said that $214 million, is perceived to be unaccounted for. Perceived to be unaccounted for. I'm saying perceived because the Bank of Ghana has its audit system. The implementation of the gold board policy, we had benefited by raking in 3.8 billion United States dollars. 3.8 billion United States dollars. The volume of gold that small-scale miners gave to the government of Ghana increased in value by 3.8 billion in 1 year, compared to the volume of gold that small-scale miners sold under the NPP government. So if we gain 3.8 billion United States dollars and we are perceived to have lost $214 million, do the mathematics. Why will I jettison a policy like that? So, Mr. Speaker, we are well guided in every step that we take. And that is why I want to assure you that in establishing the 24-hour economy authority, we are equally well guided. So, Mr. Speaker, on that note, I urge colleagues to vote in favor of the motion that we take this through the second reading, adopt the report, and proceed to the constituency stage. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, at the conclusion of the debate, I'll put a question. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
An act to establish the 24-hour economy authority, to implement the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program, and provide for related matters.
In just one app, you learn how to think sharper, speak with confidence, grow your influence, and more. All in daily, bite-sized lessons you can finish in 7 minutes with your morning coffee, midday lunch, or evening wind down. And if that is not enough, take the wheel and create your own growth journey. In Rise Guide, you can find our search engine for expert knowledge, or shortly, Seek. Seek allows you to dive deeper in any topic that comes to mind, making your experience more personalized than ever, ask direct questions, and get direct answers, all in just one click. We wanted Seek to be a tailored experience, so every expert source was curated carefully and thoughtfully by Rise Guide team to match your journey perfectly. No AI hallucinations, no basic info, but real actionable insights from people who've done it before. Hundreds of lessons, expert insights, transformation made simple. Your life gets better when you get better. Start rising, one scroll at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here on my channel. Today we are starting new country series in very exciting West African country. Today I'm in Accra, which is the capital city of Ghana, and I thought this is going to be the best spot to start the video, as I am just passing by the National Theatre here in Accra, which has a beautiful architecture. So I wanted to take the chance to show you how it looks like, at least from the outside. So it looks quite a cool building. As you can see, it says National Theatre right in there, and the city itself looks pretty cool, very clean, and also seems a little chaotic, but at the same time very organized. At least that's my first impressions until I get to this point from my hotel. So even before I have arrived to Ghana, I have heard so many beautiful things about Ghana. nobody I have met in the previous countries I have been, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, nobody had anything bad to say about Ghana. And even the people who have been here, they've been always talking very positive about the country's people. The language, like English is the main language, so commonly spoken by everybody. And also everyone says that Ghana is very developing or developed, more developed than other countries in the region. But at the same time, this place is home to very, very beautiful and kind people. So they are very polite, they are very thankful, they are very grateful. So I'm gonna put that on test. And for that, we need to go around, talk to the local people to see how's their reactions to foreigner, how they treat me, and how they are, what they eat, what they do. Just all the basics we normally do in our videos. So this was the National Theater, as you can see, beautiful building. And we're gonna go for little exploration to the largest market here in Ghana. So that's why I just basically got out. Hello. Can I go to other side from here? From here. Okay. Thank you so much. From other side. Okay. Thank you. All right. I want to get out to the main road so we can continue our journey. So I was on the way to the largest market, which is called Makoka. I think that's their name. Makoka is the largest market here in Ghana and in Accra too. So I want to just go to that direction, but I saw this building, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out, start filming right from here. So I want to show you how the Accra looks like. I can see Accra City Hotel there. There's a Movenpick hotel on right side. There's a Octagon. I have no idea what is that. And maybe offices or something like this. As you can see, the city looks very organized. Of course, it's busy. It's middle of the week when I'm filming this video, so it's very busy. Lots of cars, lots of motorcycles, people. And I think when we arrive to the market, Makoka, it's gonna be crazy busy as well, considering the largest market here in Ghana. I want to give you some details about Ghana, and I made some notes to make sure that I don't make mistakes. So I'm gonna go through all the notes I have, just like a quick facts about Ghana. Let me cross the street first. So